Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. A very good afternoon to all the viewers. Overall, if you see in terms of markets, we opened at the 18,300 mark, hit a high of 18,344, and in the last hour of trade is where we've given up all the gains as well and traded in the negative territory. Clearly, there is pressure that has built it in the last hour. Now, what does that mean for Nifty as well as Bank Nifty? Joining us on the show is Amit Bhuptani, derivative and technical research analyst at Nirmal Securities, joining in. Amit, good afternoon and welcome to the show.
Good afternoon.
Amit, yesterday the Nifty closed comfortably above its hurdle zone of 18 to 50 levels. Now, the current positive bias that we were seeing, do you think that is something which is expected to continue going forward, or is this going to be somewhere where we will see profit booking and a phase of consolidation?
Overall, if we look at the market scenario from the derivative and technical front, on the both data fronts, we are seeing that the OI positions right now, which is getting created, is like from 18,300 to 17,900 level. Till the time it's not giving a breakout or breakdown of this level, till that point of time, it might be difficult to book profit at this point of time. The concerning part which will create panic right now in the market would be India VIX. Currently, India VIX is trading at 12.70 level. Once the India VIX goes above 13.5, then only we might see some profit booking to gain on a higher rate and a more panic will be created in the market. But as per the overall scenario, if we look at the data structure also on the technical front also, right now it's not giving any confirmation for new short positions. Because if we look at both index Nifty and Bank Nifty also we look at the structure, it's like a trading at the Fibonacci support. So currently it's the buy kind of situation. We are getting a position on the lower front. We expect the Nifty to take support near 18,150 to 18,080 would be the supportive level for next 1 to 2 trading sessions. Once if Nifty goes below 18,080 level, then only we should create new short position and we should exit from long. As per current scenario, we are seeing that the market position still looks positive. So hold your long positions. Once if Nifty gives clearance above 18,300 level, then the next level would be 18,500 level.
Right, so that's with regards to where Nifty 50 is concerned. Moving on, if you see in terms of Bank Nifty as well, what are the levels we should be watching out for? Because clearly, in terms of Bank Nifty, there is good amount of PE writing that we are seeing in trade in yesterday's session, and there is some bit of call unwinding at OTM strikes that's happening as well. What is that indicating in terms of support and resistance?
If you look at the structure and the OI front on the bank, if you fronted the put position, which is getting a bit of shifting towards on the lower end, towards 43,000 and 42,500 level. Because on the technical front also, we are seeing the Fibonacci support, the Fibonacci retracement, which is 78.20%, is coming at 42,600 level. So till the time if Bank Nifty is holding 42,600 level, till that point of time, we should not get a panic kind of situation. Once it gets broken below 42,600 level, then only we might see some 1,000 point more fall from that level. So currently we expect buying kind of situation. Once the Bank Nifty again goes above 43,400 level, again we might see put writer positions will get added on at the near strikes, and again the fall writer positions will get shifted on the upper end to a 44,000 level.
Right. Coming to stock specific action, some good momentum that we saw in today's day of trade with all the city gas distributors as well. MGL, IGL. What's the strategy?
Currently, if we look at the overall OMC's counter, all these counters are at the currently at the nearest to resistance level. Once if it gets clearance of this resistance level, then we might expect some buying to get again continued, and the buying momentum will be seen in the all counter. If we look at the BPCL also, BPCL is having a strong resistance at 372. Once if BPCL gets clearance of 372 level, then fresh buying will be initiated in this counter, which might take this counter towards the 385, 390 level. So wait for this breakout 372 level for the BPCL. Once it gets breakout of that level, make new long positions with the support of 362.
Right. Amit, how are you looking at a Birla Soft, Manappuram Finance, as well as a Vedanta? Because clearly we were seeing some bit of short covering that was happening in these three counters.
Firstly, let us talk with the Villa Soft. If we look at the B Soft, overall Nifty IT counters we are seeing in today's trading session is showing some great strength on the positive front. We are seeing the complete IT index also. I am expecting to show some 300 to 400 point movement on the upper end. While the B Soft has given a fresh breakout on today's trading session with the volume breakouts also being visible on this counter. I am expecting till the counter is holding the support of 290 level, hold your long positions. Once if it again goes below 290 level, then only we might see some sell-off in the market in this counter. The counter is having resistance at 320. Once it gets a clearance of 320 level, then the next target which I'm expecting in this would be 345 to 350 level. So hold your long positions. If we look at the overall structure on the midterm view also, the stock is showing some rounding bottom formation on the weekly chart also. So hold with the 290 support for the target of 320 would be first target. About that, we might see 340 to 345 levels.
Right. Amit, how are you looking at the auto index? Because everyone's eyeing the auto index breaking an all time high. And basis the technicals, what is the level we should be looking at? Because clearly there's outperformance that everyone is eyeing.
Definitely, if you look at the overall auto index, currently I'm expecting that the auto index has shown some great rally in past 2 to 3 months, and now I'm seeing that more 200, 300 point would be visible on the upper end, and after that point of time, we might see some profit booking in this counter because the counters on the auto industries, we are seeing that there might be some layoff, there might be some pause to the stocks momentum, so we expect 13,650 is the initial rate for the Nifty Auto right now. I'm expecting this sector to go on the upper end toward 13,850 to 13,900 level. Once if index comes near this level, I'm expecting you should book some profits and wait for the lower end again because as per current my scenario and as per current outlook, I'm expecting Tata Motor to show some more positive strength, almost around 3 to 5% rally. I'm expecting from Tata Motors to be seen in next 2 to 3 trading sessions.
Right. Apart from these names that we've discussed, Amit, any other topics that you would recommend where you're seeing a good amount of momentum?
As I said that overall IT counter looks positive and I'm expecting more profit to be seen from the IT counters. So from that I'm selecting HCL Tech. HCL Tech we are seeing fresh breakout is coming in this counter. Overall, if you look at another large cap also TCS Infosys, this all counter also we are seeing that the rounding bottom formation is being form in the counter on the technical front. So I'm expecting HCL Tech to show some positive strength and a buy can be initiated in this counter. I'm expecting the counter to stretch to 1115 to 1120 levels on the upper end with the support of 1060.
Right. Very lastly, how are you looking at, say, for that matter, an Infosys? Because again, good increase in open interest. The stock is also trading in the positive. How are you looking at? What would your recommendation be?
Definitely, but if you look at the Infosys, currently the stock is having a resistance of cap at 1280. Till the time it's not giving clearance of 1280 on the closing basis, till that point of time we should wait for this counter to create new long positions. Overall, if you look at the data points is right now being converted into positive front, but 1280 is the main level. Once it gets clearance of that level, then you might see the counter to stretch to a 1320 level. So wait for the breakout of 1280. About that, you create new long positions.
Right. So that's with regards to where Infosys goes. Moving on, let's look at a Coal India and trade today as well. How are you looking at a Coal India?
Coal India right now is facing a strong resistance at 240. Continuously, if we look at this counter from past 1 year, we are seeing that this counter is continuously taking the resistance of 240 and it's trading in the range of 210 to 240 levels. So it need to get clearance of a 240 level. Only if it goes about 240 level, then only you should create new long positions or else this counter might again trade in the same range of 210 to 230 levels. So wait for the breakout level. If it gets clearance, then only you can create new long position.
Right. So that's with regards to where a few of the names that we've discussed. Let's look at some of the other names which are seeing some good traction in today's session. Anything from the pharma pack that you think can be looked at?
On the pharma front, I am seeing that the supply is showing some positive trend. currently, if you look at the volume structure, also the CIPLA in this counter, I'm seeing that from past 10 to 15 days, the volume is getting continuously added on, and the overall chart structure also looks into the positive trend. So I expect this counter to show some more strength in coming trading sessions. On the upper end, I'm seeing that the gap resistance is coming around 950 to 955 levels. So 10-15 points would be easily visible in this counter. So you can create new long positions in CIPLA. The near resistance for this counter is 955. Once if it gets clearance of 955 level, the fresh buying will be witnessed on the OI front also and the technical front also, which will take around 980 levels.
Right. Amit, banks like a PNB, a Canara Bank, Bank of Baroda, all these four names are seeing some bit of short positions that are being built up in today's session. What should the strategy be with these names?
I think we should wait for next 1 to 2 trading sessions because if you look at the structure, it's like completely profit booking kind of scenario from the banking front, almost from the PSU counters. But still, these all counters are holding the support of averages, which is like 50 and 100 DMA averages are continuously getting supported for this counter. So till the time it's not getting the breakdown of this average, till that point of time, there might be not be any major pause in this counter. So wait for some time, around 2 to 3% more fall we can expect, and after that the pullback can be witnessed in these counters.
Right. So these are few names one should be watching out for as well. Thank you, Amit, so much for joining us on the show and discussing these stock-specific strategies from here on. But clearly, it's been an interesting day of trade where we've opened in the positive for the day, but it's the last hour of trade which has actually changed the entire scenario and kept us pretty much flat towards closing. And this is basically taking cues from what's happening in the global markets as well. Overall, if you see in terms of Nifty 50, 18,260 below the 18,300 mark is what the end looks like. Extremely flat, in fact. Bank Nifty as well, a downtick of almost around 95 points. Below the 43,200 mark is the closing that we are looking at. In terms of stock specific action and the advanced decline ratio on Nifty 50, it's absolutely 50-50, with 25 stocks have advanced, whereas 25 stocks have declined. On the gaining front, except Divi's Laboratories, all the other pharma names have ended in the negative. But you have IndusInd Bank, TCS, Coal India, as well as an Axis Bank, which did see some smart moves. On the losing end, you had a UPL, which was down around 3%, and this is post a downgrade coming in on the counter. ITC, SBI, Bajaj Finance, as well as JSW Steel. These were a few of the top losers as well in terms of the large caps. Let's quickly look at the Sensex as well. We ended below the 61,800 mark. Again, a flattish move coming in on that front. And in terms of individual counters, Jindal Poly was an interesting one, a good volume spurt that did happen on this counter, and the stock has ended with gains of little over 10%. Tata Communication, Greaves Cotton, KEI, Jubilant Pharma, these were few of the top gainers coming in there. And on the losing end, India Bulls Real Estate, a 20% downtick coming in there when the NCLT bench has gone ahead and rejected the merger in terms of where Embassy goes. So that's a downer coming in on that front. Indian Bank 6.5% downtake. Apar Industries 14 to 15% downtake. NCC was under pressure as well, with cuts of around 4.5% coming in there. And if you see in terms of the Sensex as well, the moves have been pretty interesting, and the biggest contributors that actually pulled the Sensex lower was an ITC, almost a 55 to 60 point downtick coming in that. SBI a 32 to 33 point downtake, ICICI Bank a 32 point downtake, and a Bajaj Finance around a 25 point downtake. So these were the top four names which actually kept the Sensex under check in the last hour of trade. But a lot of support that was provided by a TCS, Axis Bank, HDFC, Reliance Industries, as well as an Infosys. And these are the stocks which actually kept the balance pretty much steady. But overall, if you go to see a pretty interesting day of trade, a good opening, but the last hour of trade is something which has played spoil sport. And what the macro data actually ascertains from the US tonight is going to give us an indication for tomorrow morning as well. So let's hope and wait and watch as to what comes out from there. That's all that we have in this session. Thanks for watching and have a great evening.